It's recording? Yes, it is. Hello everybody, this is pt.18 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Turnabout Ablaze. In the previous episode we had proven that the Yategersu had gone through the fireplace. Well, not proven, but we had assumed that the Yategersu had gone through the fireplace and that he should have been able to run into Miss Shi-na. In this episode, apparently she has some sort of rebuttal. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is actually the second attempt. Unfortunately, with the programs that I use, it stopped the cutoff thing, which is good. As you could see in the past 3 videos, the sound is going to the end. However, it still takes a long time to actually get started. And even when the red comes on and the camera comes on and whatever else, the red numbers that you don't see, but you might, anyway, it might not even be recording. So I forgot to check that, and things happen one thing after another, and let's just say I had to restart the recording. No matter, I'm kind of just blabbing on. Let's not waste any more time. If you like what you see, leave a like down below. Comment if you have anything to say. Subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can enjoy this for themselves. Let's go. My eyes, all you've proven is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. You can't really call that proof that the Yategersu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. And there you have it, my counter-argument. That's very impressive. She has seen through the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence. What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think that you can handle it, please feel free to leave the rest to us. But Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yategersu name, are you not? You want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. Oh, I love this song so much. This chase you're running to catch the truth. You must see it to the very end. Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I will see it through. I will see it through the very end. So you go get it for me, Mr. Edgeworth. We will do just that. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Shi-na, please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry. This will be the deciding match. You'll see. I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent shi-na. Shall we begin? I'm ready whenever you are. Shi-na's rebuttal. Okay, we have a rebuttal to the rebuttal. In my eyes. Okay, so without going through all of the conversations again, because let's just say that actually took quite a long time. Basically, the hint that Edgeworth gives is that he doesn't have evidence for proving that the Yategersu had used the fireplace. However, what he does say is that there is a loophole to her testimony that they can exploit first. That loophole is so then, who used a rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. Is that so? Is that so, Agent shi-na? It's too bad that you didn't find the burned counterfeit bills. Objection. You didn't find anything suspicious at all. I highly doubt that. But I didn't. You can even ask the other men. I don't need to, for I found what you should have found a while ago. Excuse me? In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there. What's in the... Ah! Hold it. That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? What if it was? Ah, that's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. You see? So, there was nothing in that office. Nothing you could call evidence anyway. Objection! Speaking of things that you Interpol agents have missed, I did find one more. Your pompous attitude is necessary. Unnecessary. All I require is the evidence. Very well. I saw the hidden piece of evidence that her and her fellow Interpol agents missed. Take that! I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is this supposed to mean? Length of wire? So what about it? I'll tell you what, we found this in the Ablaze embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office. You found that? That's the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder! So I think you'll agree now that I cannot trust you when you say that Interpol has thoroughly checked every room, and that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yategersu. You still suspect me, I see. Alright then, I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent shi-na, and it is not possible that the reason that the person K was chasing chose the 3rd floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor. Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent shi-na was only pretending to be investigating the Yategersu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is only one location that no one has yet to inspect. Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location, the room next to Mr. Cochin's. Take that! The location, Agent shi-na, is of course the room you claimed to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I will be the judge of that one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe. I'll be right back. Yes, sir, I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out the room next to the office. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you really think that Miss Shi-na's the Yategersu? Yes, if my logic is sound, then I believe she is. Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yategersu. But can't you prove that she's the Yategersu is the question? If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yategersu. And what did you find by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Ablaze ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. Ah, but is it really worth so little? I believe that is actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. Okay, this is where I realized that it wasn't timing down. So from here on, it's at best semi-blind. Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh, so what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir. You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing. Yes, the possibility does exist. Alright, well, let's take a look. Isn't shi-na? Were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Aww. Thank you for bringing them to me. Saves me a trip. May I have them back now? Hold it! These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. Hold it! They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission. Objection! I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. But if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear from your opinion on this. I say, let them look at your stuff, shi-na. Lang! shi-na, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now, let us begin. Bottom screen powers activate! So which of Agent shi-na's belongings are you... So which of Agent shi-na's belongings are you going to examine, sir? The coat. Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir! It appears that you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent shi-na. The Yategersu that Kay saw was wearing a coat, and I'm beginning to wonder if the stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. No, you have it wrong. That soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. What about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed from soot when I was helping the fire. I don't think so. You can't get away with such a transparent lie. Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. It's the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Hold it. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know? So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace, which I can. How? You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Huh? Misa? What did I do? This coat is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person in case saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains for us to show the dark substance on the coat hem what it is. Oh, and you think you can do that? Of course. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of his coat. I like saying the oh. Sorry, it's a little preference. It is the Ablaze ink. Take that. Ablaze ink. Yes, this is what will prove the coat went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Paleto, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning. You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again. My point is that he spilled some ink on the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Ablaze ink, it would prove that you in this coat went right through the revolving fireplace wall. Ah! Sorry to have clipped on one of your wings, Yategersu, but we're not finished yet. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Ablaze ink on the coat hem. Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. How? How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove that the dark substance on the coat is Ablaze ink. Burn the coat! If it glows green, it'll be Ablaze ink. You can find out whether it is Ablaze ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're going to prove it's Ablaze ink? Yes, if you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you, here and now, what the dark substance is. Shi-na, sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut off a bit of the coat. Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway. Now then, if someone could lend me a lighter or something. Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs. Then if I could please have one, Kay, we can get this experiment underway. Oh, this is so... Wow, it's 18 minutes? There's a flame! It's the same color as the flames white crystal oil produces. Which means... Ablaze ink is a product of white crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yategersu's other wing. Miss shi-na, you're the fake Yategersu. The one who killed my father. It's about time you came clean, Agent shi-na. Or should I say, Callisto you. Hold it. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. You're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you? Callisto you. Never heard of that name before in my life. It's a manner of speaking and that attitudes. You haven't changed a bit in 7 years. You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it. Oh really? And you have proof? You insist I'm this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me. Objection! The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world. Hold it. Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto Yule? I do. It's something that the second Yategersu has preserved for us these 7 years. Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth. I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. We'll prove to her to be Callisto Yule with this, and clip the Yategersu's wings for good. Take that! Oh no! Oh, okay. It lingered there for a second, so I got scared. This perfume, this will prove you to be Callisto Yule. It will. Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are still on us here as well. This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. Now, if we could please have your fingerprints, Miss Shi-na. I heard from my father, Baron Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one. We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now, come, Agent shi-na, will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? Whoa! Whoa! Okay, vampire teeth. But this is her breakdown. Okay, wait for the... There it is. Looks like you've already seen through me yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callisto. You! So you've shown your true face at last. Your face didn't change. This feeling of thrill. It's even greater than that time 7 years ago. shi-na! You're... Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you're a spy all along. More sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who's been feeding them intel on Interpol after all this time. Very good. Maybe not big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto Yu, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yategersu. That's right. Callisto Yu. That's just one of many names. Why did she stick her tongue out? But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yategersu. Mr. Yu, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yategersu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. And here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. Kay, don't! I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such a laughable honesty. Okay, everything froze. Shit. Kay! You look tickled right now, pal! You're despicable. Let go of me, you filthy... Ugh! You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunate for you, I'm the real Yategersu. But that's impossible. My father was the one who created the little thief. Edgeworth. The Yategersu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Why it has 3 legs? There are 3 main reasons why the Yategersu will always be 1 step ahead. First, the Yategersu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yategersu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be! Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know that the real identity of the Yategersu? The real identity of the Yategersu is... It's not just one person! The real identity of the Yategersu is neither Burn Faraday nor Callisto Yu. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yategersu. How very perceptive of you. No way! A single person known as the Great Thief Yategersu never existed. Mr. Edgeworth! No! I refuse to believe this! The Yategersu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. Oh shit. The Yategersu always knows the exact location of the target object. And the lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of a client's corporations. Skill number 2. The Yategersu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3. The Yategersu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever. Detective Bad! It's only natural for the Yategersu to never leave evidence behind. Because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the 3rd member of the Yategersu. You. Been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally got you. Why, Mr. Bad, long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Why indeed? It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow wary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss. Stop! You! K! It's over, shi-na. Your leg! It's your leg! Ugh! Idiot! What were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. As long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you. You really are an idiot, you know that? That's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey sis. Yes? I want you to conduct a full body search. Shi-na might have another weapon on her. Alright. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please. Sir! Hey, I found something! What is this, sir? It looks like a blade of a knife, but it doesn't have the handle. This is a great find, Detective. Huh? It is, sir. Let's try pairing up this blade with this handle. With this handle. This one. Take that! I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey, they fit together perfectly! This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. I'm going to return this Ablaze knife now! Alright. I trust that you'll make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Polino. Ablaze knife handle given to Detective Gumshoe. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto you! For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Coach's murder. Which means that you must have been Mr. Coach's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the alabaster knife. Switched the handles and then took the original blade off the Ablaze knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of murder. Does that about sum it up? Objection! Oh wow, I completely forgot her voice, but close enough. Cramped an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it. Problems? In what respect? Fuck it, we're going all the way. It's gonna be a longer episode. What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? There's also I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gate Wonderland, I knew it right away. That you were Brent Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yategersu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me? Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight. So I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? To get rid of you once and for all. Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I planned to search you. Take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yategersu. You were going to take little thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key. And the person who stole the Yategersu's key was Mr. Faraday. You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? The eyes of the smuggling ring. The Yategersu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yategersu? Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day. Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Cochin? And the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings? Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, shi-na? I guess I should tell you then, that I was the one who set the Ablaze embassy on fire. And why did you do that? Suppose it was to destroy all the evidence of the counterfeit bills. That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do. But then, why'd it start too fast? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigations, after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait! I mean, Miss shi-na. Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will. Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, Agent Lang? Mark my words, I'm not done here, and I'll be back. It's got nothing to do with duty or anything. It's become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. It's finally over, Kay. I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands, the one who thought my father was a problem to be removed, that person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring. Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Gem and Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome. Well, that ruined the mood. I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck on the ends of these sticks. Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh? So it's midnight. It's the dawn of a new day. Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You've really done a lot for everyone all these years. Is it too bad? Don't tell me today is the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything. But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring you, the Yategersu, were chasing. Legend of that Yategersu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you. Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also a part of the Yategersu? As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you. Uncle Bad? Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right? Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh, come on, sis. Just yanking on my chain. Is this she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad. Wait, no, you are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yategersu. Are you too, Mr. Edgeworth?
Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give you these back to you.
These are the pages from my KG8 case files that the Yategersu stole from my office. Wait, what?
Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night.
The Yategersu who stole into my room was you, was it? Wait, and you tell me what? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir.
It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. He was the elder sister of the victim in that case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. It's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yategersu and vowed to bring the light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amana Group.
Mr. Amana's conglomerate.
Call ourselves the Yategersu and flex our collective muscle. Explores all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then, it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart. And Faraday, you died for it.
But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG8 incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out. She was a phony. Victim of the KG8 incident. CCU. She never had a sister.
What? Then that means
Shi-na wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto U was another pseudonym. From the very beginning, the woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto this page of the case file. Please use it wisely.
Trump card?
The photo that we stuck on there. Try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago.
The marker of the Yategersu. But why?
This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Coach had on him the time of the KG8 incident, 10 years ago.
That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU. That was bad saying it, I'm sorry. Why is it called Dawn with the mark of the Yategersu?
The reason why we call ourselves the Yategersu is because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently, the orders from the boss would come onto these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. Apparently, it burns a bright green flame when it's in a blaze.
So you mean the cards were written in Ablaze ink?
The fact that the card Cochin was sent made it into Faraday's hands at all. Nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police.
So that's what those white cards are.
The great thief that used the mark. That only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind. And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe, I'm entrusting this to you.
What is this, sir?
This was what I was talking about earlier. During the KG-8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important definitive piece of evidence.
But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it?
The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Almano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. We forced him to tell us where it was finally, after the other day's kidnapping case.
Alright, we got the videotape. This video. That's right. Yeah, like I'm gonna remember Portsman's voice at this point. This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me.
Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Mono was preparing to take on the boss someday. And the video was his insurance. That's where that prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office, steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence.
And that card was not the calling card of the Yategersu, but rather a directive's card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman.
The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them.
The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me. The one that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is...
Whether you use them or not is up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law.
Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad! There is no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them.
You still insist that, even now, you really are something else. I'll leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yategersu.
Perhaps.
Don't ever lose your detective spirit.
Pops! Why is this happening? This is injustice!
Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go.
Yes, sir! is this really the end of a legend? Oh boy! Wow! That was text heavy. Okay. So, we are 50 minutes in. I told you this was going to be a long episode. But this is not the finale. I wanted to wrap everything up, because if I stopped in the middle, I would have lost all of my momentum, because this is the end of my Miles Edgeworth recording session. I'm actually a couple hours behind on recording, but that's something that you don't need to know. In the next episode, we are going to be moving on to the first part of the endings, first part of the ending slot to this case, and find out who the ringleader actually is, or at least start it. With that, I will see you guys later.